Hello everyone, or as the locals like to say, Guten Tag aus Deutschland. This is Jana and I would like to take 5 or more minutes of your time today and talk about the exciting world of recruitment. Unfortunately, I didn't have enough time to civilize after running, and therefore I will have to use this slightly anonymous PowerPoint presentation as not to scare you with. I would like to start by introducing the crew, which is my son Philip, also known as the Computer Wizard, my patient audience Andy, and the presenter Jana, that's me. We'll talk about 3 questions or issues pertaining to recruitment, and these are individual biases, effective recruiting, and negative impact. The first one is individual prejudices and recruitment. Fraser and Jones, which is an HR company based in the UK, warns us about unconscious biases in the workplace. Experts from Fraser and Jones say that we are all guilty of being biased, and we do it without even knowing it. We cannot help ourselves, as these are engraved in our DNA. Psychologists continue to say that our unconscious biases are simply our people preferences, as we naturally favor those with similar features to ours. According to these experts, we make most of our decisions based on biological intuition shaped through upbringing and social environment. The colloquial connotation for these prejudices is known as the gut feeling. And if you had a penny for every time you heard the trust your gut feeling saying, you would probably else for getting a 10 rather than watching this video. And yet we are urged to trust our gut and respond, even though these can cause negative outcomes. For example, I have to take a refresher security training every 3 years, and during these trainings I get facts, statistics, maps, the designated no-go areas, and I get to rehearse my basic self-defense moves. And every single training seminar will be concluded with a hint from the expert indicating to always trust your gut. If you feel something is wrong, something is very likely wrong, and you need to get out as soon as you can. While our nature urges us to make snap judgments and rely on our gut feeling and intuition, these irrational and illogical perceived feelings rule our decisions within workplace just as much as they guide our judgments in personal lives. And whether these irrational, illogical feelings stem from our upbringing or social environments, they can have a significant commercial implications when it comes to making recruitment decisions. There are 3 types of preconceptions that are apparent in the workplace. First one is the affinity bias, where we ignore and excuse negative qualities of people we like and don't extend the same courtesy to people we don't. The second one is the social comparison, which is preconceptions that are very prevalent in middle and high school campuses as they are dealing with positive feeling towards we consider being our group. And the third is confirmatory bias, where we seek for facts that will confirm our pre-existing perceptions while ignoring those contradicting these. Acknowledging these biases exist and how they may cloud recruiters' decision making is the first step towards remedying the situation if we want to effectively close the gender and race gap. Furthermore, the best defense is strong offense, and recruiters must remember that companies with a highly diverse workforce adapt quicker and are usually more profitable if their workforce come from diverse backgrounds. For example, when I worked in Nairobi, we were very cognizant of the plan differences, and our recruiting team made sure that no single plan was overrepresented by completing annual employment matrix. So what is the best way to address these biases? When reviewing a CV for the first time, phrases such as that type of person, typical, or cultural fit should be avoided as they suggest pre-existing convictions based on gender, race, or other personal attributes. Interviews is usually another opportunity to eradicate such prejudices, and coming from trying to adhere to learned patterns such as same is safe and different is dangerous. Scenario-based and case study trainings have shown positive impact on reducing certain bias from the workplace. Each company needs to assess its own practices and address these issues accordingly. And while birds of the same feather flock together, opposites attract each other, and diversity is the new. The second question of the day pertains to effectively recruiting talented employee. As the job market becomes more competitive and available skill set grow diverse, recruiters need to be selective in their choices since poor recruiting decisions produce long-term negative effects such as high training and development costs to minimize the occurrence of poor performance, workplace-related injuries, and high turnover. Potential candidates will be more likely to apply if requirements are clearly defined. Therefore, establishing recruitment objectives by identifying desired experience and education is a must. Attracting the attention of targeted applicants. Technology and social media are an invaluable marketing tool when vacancies are announced. Applicants can be targeted, recruited, and vetted from employment sites such as LinkedIn or Indeed.com more effectively, as more information apart from the usual one-page resume is available. Using social media networks can help the recruiters get an idea of how the candidate would fit within the existing team and company culture. Generating interest in the job is crucial. There are two key variables that can influence and prospective recruit interest: position attractiveness and expectation of job offer. Therefore, vacancy announcements should be carefully written and advertised in an appropriate manner in a correlation with the desired audience. It doesn't much make sense to place an advertisement for janitor in a leading economist magazine and vice versa. Position attractiveness includes job duties, advancement opportunity, compensation and benefits, as well as geographic location. For example, older employees may attach less importance to advancement opportunities, but will focus on benefits and turnover ratio. Expectation of job offer. Applicants will have a greater interest in a job opening if there is a greater perception of likelihood of receiving job offer. Using all medium to reach prospective recruits is the key, and these can be via employee referral, in-house recruiting, their organizational website, job boards and jobs, social networking, radio and television ads, direct recruitment from colleges, and others. The third and final question of the day pertains to negative impacts on the company bottom line. Margaret Richardson mentions that recruitment is one of the HR activities that most impacts the performance of a company and is paramount for its success. To attract the best possible pool of qualified applicants, as acquiring and retaining high-quality talent is crucial. Corporate reputation plays an important role in attracting the best possible candidates. When McKinley and Company coined the term the war for talent in 1997, they put their finger on the root of the problem by defining talented employees as a critical element to the corporate success. Over 96% of polled MBA students in 12 top business schools in the United States, Europe, and Asia reported they placed reputation of their potential employer equally as high as career opportunity, corporate culture, compensation benefits, growth potential, and corporate governance. Companies lacking a diverse workforce are deemed to be hurting their bottom line because they are not drawing on the full range of skill sets offered by the entire working population. Decreased productivity. Employees in misfit positions without proper training or understanding about organizational objectives may become unmotivated and therefore unproductive. Poorly planned hiring practices may lead to the employment of inept employees if and when the potential new hires are not properly screened. An applicant with an unacceptable background may hurt the company's reputation. For example, applicants with criminal history having access to confidential information. And finally, the non-compliance. Poor recruitment practices open the organization to potential EO lawsuits. And with that, I would like to thank you for taking your time to view these presentations, and I look forward to your comments in the discussion forum. And as the locals say, auf Wiedersehen.